Picture this. You're walking to your car after a long day, keys in hand, when the security camera above captures something that will change everything. The footage becomes evidence. But what happens next reveals a broken system where technology meant to protect us has become a silent witness to our most vulnerable moments. On November 15, 2025, a security camera in a downtown Denver parking garage captured what appeared to be a routine late-night maintenance check. The footage showed a janitor making his usual rounds, emptying trash bins and mopping floors in the dimly lit concrete structure. Within minutes, the camera recorded something that would transform an ordinary night into a tragedy. 3 weeks later, another camera system captured a very different kind of horror. On December 8, 2025, surveillance footage from a corporate office complex in Phoenix showed what appeared to be a routine evening departure. A marketing manager walked across the well-lit parking structure toward her sedan, keys in hand, talking on her phone. The timestamp read 7:43 p.m. As the woman approached her vehicle, the camera captured a figure emerging from behind a concrete pillar. What followed was a violent carjacking that left her hospitalized with severe injuries. The attacker fled in her vehicle, but not before the high-definition cameras recorded every detail of his face and the license plate of his getaway accomplice. The same night, 2,100 miles away in Atlanta, security cameras at a medical office building documented another workplace tragedy. A radiologist finishing a late shift entered the parking garage elevator at 11:17 p.m. The camera inside the elevator captured her pressing the button for level 3. She never made it to her car. The footage shows the elevator doors opening to reveal an assailant waiting on the 3rd floor. These incidents reveal a disturbing pattern. Parking lots accounted for 16,944 robberies in 2023, making them among the most dangerous spaces for everyday workers. The cameras that were supposed to provide safety had become silent witnesses to humanity's capacity for sudden, inexplicable violence. Security footage from a manufacturing plant in Toledo revealed something far more sinister than spontaneous violence. On February 3, 2026, cameras captured a former employee arriving at the facility at 4:47 a.m., 3 hours before the earliest shift. The footage shows him using a stolen key card to enter through a side entrance, then methodically moving through the building. The cameras recorded him placing small devices near employee workstations and break areas. What investigators later discovered was a network of hidden recording equipment designed to capture personal conversations and monitor specific workers' routines. The man had been terminated 6 weeks earlier for harassment complaints from female colleagues. The footage revealed he'd been studying their schedules, learning when they arrived alone, when they stayed late. 2,000 miles away in Sacramento, another case demonstrated the calculated patience of predatory behavior. Security cameras at a tech company's parking structure documented a disturbing pattern throughout January 2026. The footage shows the same vehicle appearing on different levels at precise times, always positioned to observe a particular employee's departure routine. The stalker had learned she walked alone to her car every Tuesday and Thursday at 6:15 p.m., taking the same route through the dimly lit structure. The cameras captured him photographing her license plate, following her to the exit, and on one occasion, attempting to approach her vehicle. When police finally arrested him, they discovered detailed notes about her schedule, photographs of her car, and plans sketched on paper showing the garage layout. The security footage had documented weeks of premeditation that the victim never suspected was happening just yards away from her daily routine. These cases revealed a disturbing evolution from random violence to systematic stalking, with the cameras capturing not just crimes in progress, but the methodical preparation that preceded them. After seeing how the Toledo employee methodically placed hidden recording devices and the Sacramento stalker documented weeks of surveillance patterns, which situation disturbs you more? The calculated patience of someone planning their attack, or the sudden violence we saw earlier? Comment your answer below. Now let's examine how these security cameras captured something even more chilling. Security systems meant to protect workers often became tools for those who exploited them. On March 12, 2026, security cameras at a corporate headquarters in Charlotte captured a security guard deliberately disabling the alarm system at 9:47 p.m. The guard had been feeding information to external accomplices for weeks, using his access to the building's security protocols to coordinate break-ins when specific employees worked late. The footage revealed the calculated nature of institutional betrayal. The guard unlocked restricted areas, provided entry codes to waiting accomplices, and guided them to specific offices where sensitive documents were stored. The cameras captured him photographing employee schedules and mapping the building's blind spots. When police arrested him 3 days later, they discovered he had compromised similar facilities across 2 states, systematically exploiting his position of trust. Meanwhile, in Portland, security footage from a university campus documented another institutional failure. On January 18, 2026, cameras captured a maintenance worker using his master key access to enter dormitory rooms while students attended classes. The footage shows him systematically searching through personal belongings, photographing identification documents, and installing hidden recording devices in bathrooms and bedrooms. The campus security office had ignored system alerts for weeks, notifications that cameras were offline, power failing, connectivity dropping. The worker had learned which cameras were down and timed his intrusions accordingly. When investigators reviewed the footage, they discovered a pattern spanning 4 months, affecting over 60 students who had trusted the institution to protect them. These cases exposed a chilling reality. The very people and systems designed to provide security had become instruments of violation, with cameras serving as silent witnesses to institutional betrayal rather than protection. On April 14, 2026, security cameras at a financial services building in Miami captured a cleaning crew member photographing computer screens after business hours. The footage shows her systematically moving through cubicles, using her phone to capture images of documents left on desks and information displayed on monitors that hadn't been properly secured. What made this case particularly disturbing was the methodical nature of the operation. The cameras revealed she had been conducting surveillance for weeks, learning which employees left sensitive materials visible and which workstations remained logged in overnight. She photographed client account information, internal memos, and computer passwords written on sticky notes. The footage captured her coordinating with someone via text messages, receiving specific instructions about which types of documents to target. When investigators traced her communications, they discovered she was part of a larger network that recruited cleaning staff, maintenance workers, and security personnel across multiple office buildings. The network specifically targeted financial institutions, law firms, and healthcare facilities, where after-hours access provided opportunities to photograph sensitive information. 2 weeks later in Phoenix, security cameras documented an even more calculated betrayal. The footage shows a security supervisor at a data center facility using his administrative access to disable alarm systems during a shift change. He systematically unlocked server rooms, providing entry to accomplices who installed hardware designed to intercept network traffic. The cameras captured him guiding them to specific server racks and helping them avoid other security cameras throughout the facility. The supervisor had spent months mapping the facility's security protocols, identifying blind spots in camera coverage, and timing his operation to coincide with minimal staffing. When police arrested the group 3 days later, they discovered the supervisor had been recruited through encrypted messaging apps and offered significant financial incentives to compromise his employer's most sensitive infrastructure. The cameras that were supposed to provide security had become silent witnesses to a chilling reality. Despite capturing these acts of violence and betrayal in high definition, the footage rarely prevented the crimes themselves. The sheer volume of evidence has overwhelmed the justice system. One prosecutor's office in 2025 handled more than 67,700 videos, adding up to 41,000 hours of footage, with each attorney responsible for reviewing 400 hours within 21 days of a case being filed. The legal outcomes reveal a disturbing pattern of institutional failure. Clear surveillance video proving guilt might lead to conviction, but prosecution requires testimony, and the volume of this evidence has grown dramatically. Prosecutor workloads are negatively impacted by the swiftly increasing complexity and